Okay, guys, welcome back. If you're not new, and welcome if you're new. I'm painting. Of course, I am. I love painting. And this painting is pretty cool. I think it is. Like, you've definitely seen the thumbnail, and I think it's really awesome. I think it's great. But I started out making a totally different sketch because I had kind of a different idea from a sketch I made on some of my math homework. But yeah, it just didn't turn out great. The sketch was fine. That was not really the problem. But when I tried translating it to canvas, I think I just didn't hit it completely right. So I'm still working on realizing that idea just kind of differently. I was like, you know what? I still want to do something cool, so why not just go with at least something I kind of know, like, to some degree. So yeah, this woman, she kind of started out being pretty cool, but then, like, the placement was off, of course, at first. As you can see, she sits way too tall on the canvas, and the problem isn't that she isn't centered, but like it's way too tall on the canvas, way too tall, too much. Like, yeah. So the idea was pretty good. The execution was pretty meh, but especially the way the centering of the character, really bad. So that's also like something that happens. I think most people on the internet, especially artists, only show their good stuff. And here I show me destroying this pretty bad sketch. And that's also a part of it. Like, I destroy much more than I create, I think. To some degree, of course, like especially here. When I'm trying something new or have an idea, which I don't know if it will work, I sometimes have to destroy it. Like, it doesn't always work. And that's completely fine. I also got this canvas in a thrift store on a charity shop, which is nice because it was cheap and a little bit old. But yeah, just painted it over again. I'm still using the what's it called, the Amsterdam Expert paint. I think it's great. I've definitely switched mostly because of price. The golden wasn't bad. It was really good, actually. Pretty similar to this, but just generally the price. The price is my problem. The one thing though where golden wins is because of like the bottle it comes in, the plastic bag. Oh yeah, here's the sketch. Sorry, yeah. And the packaging on golden is better because you can get more of the paint out easily. But anyway, here's the sketch. And I know I'm a terrible human being, but I forgot to record the sketch. I was just in the zone and I created the sketch, and she's kind of based on, the Chinese grandma or wherever she's from. Like, I think the Asian grandma with the horn growing out her head. I don't know if she's Chinese. I've seen on the internet some people calling her Chinese, but you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet, especially when people just kind of lie all the time. But there may be Chinese lady. And it's not, I think she's scary, I think she's pretty cute. But the horn was just like one horn growing out the head. I find this pretty cool. I think that would fit my world and my characters. Especially, like, it's kind of freaky, being honest, kind of freaky, a little bit scary, a little bit raw. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I forgot to record. I'm sorry. So I start usually with this pinkish skin color undertone thing, and then I make it red. But as you've seen from the thumbnail, it becomes blue, and it becomes much better than this. And she was supposed to be sitting in a chair, but I didn't really want to paint the chair, actually, so I just didn't. So yeah, like, a lot of painting for me especially is just about what I want to do in that moment. And I think it should be like that. Like, it shouldn't be from, oh, I need to create. It should be like, I want to do this now, and I could do this now. Not that I have to do anything now. That's at least what I think. But some people work differently. That's just how I work. Of course, I can also force myself, like, to paint. It's still, at the end of the day, it's a skill. But I think that, like, my best work comes out when I really want to paint. Of course, I want to paint all the time, nearly, like at least most of the time. it's it's rare that if I have nothing to do, I don't want to paint. Sometimes I don't do it just because like I can't be asked to do all the like prep and stuff like that. But I still like that's probably one of my favorite things. Just creating something in general, no matter what it is. That's some of my favorite stuff to do. Yeah. But one thing, actually, having a holiday, or like not one holiday. I'm going on like a holiday week, whatever it's called, like from school, because Denmark and stuff. So I'm just at home since I didn't really have anything planned. My family don't really. We only really go on holiday in the summer, just because that's when both my parents have time, and also just generally what my parents decide. And I hadn't really have any plans. I'm gonna hang out with one of my old friends from like school, like not that school that I'm going to now, or my boarding school, like just old some of the earliest school days, which is really nice. I also have to work a lot, which is it's not great working. I don't like to work, but I like getting money, and I think my job is okay. So that's also nice, since like life costs money. That's generally the thing. Like life costs a lot of money, and that's okay. That's not a problem, and yeah, just generally just doing that stuff. Definitely gonna paint and draw and make videos and stuff. None of that. I was invited to a party, but if I had to go to the party, I had to get my shift on Sunday, like taken away, or like somebody had to take it, or like switch with me, or anything like something like that. And I asked on the group chat, and nobody even said anything. They just looked at it. Which one guy, he's on holiday skiing holiday for like a week, and that's completely fair because I took 2 of his shifts, which I like because the money. But still, like that's the one guy I know. He's not. The other people, they just didn't even write anything. They looked at my message, which is fine. Like I do the same sometimes. I'm being honest, but it's a little bit not cool. But yeah, it's all right. But yeah. So I can't go to the party I was invited to, which is it's not the end of the world, but it's some cool people I haven't seen in some time. So it's a little bit. It's always a little bit sad when you want to do stuff, but your job kind of gets in the way. It's not the end of the world. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be more parties and more opportunities to hang out with friends and stuff like that. But still, I think it's yeah, no, not the best in the world. But yeah, that's what's going on in my life right now, really. Yeah. One other thing that I talked about with a friend, and this will need some context. So I'll give you the context here. My friend and I, we have kind of a beer tasting thing. Every Friday, we drink 1 beer or 2, like it depends. If it's a half a liter, we drink 1, we share 1, or if it's like 300 milliliters, we share 2. And so we switch who buys every week, every Friday, or at least every Friday we can. And if we can't Friday, we do it Tuesday. And if we can't any of those days, we just drink 2 the next week. So yeah, and we take pictures of nearly everything we've tried, and we're trying to like rate it from a scale of 1 to 10. And that's a pretty fun hobby as a adult. Nice thing after school, just kind of relaxing, getting a little beer, rating it. And usually they've been pretty bad, but the last 2, the 2 we had today, or the day of this recording, of course, they were really good. They weren't great for winter. They're very like much summer beers, but they're like a 7 and kind of a 9, 8, 9, stuff like that. Like all around the high marks. Really like those 2. Yeah. And we talked about it, and we was like, So we ended up talking about the usual, the beer, selvage jeans, of course. If you don't know this about me, I love selvage jeans, and I'm trying to get more into it. I have one pair, which I got secondhand, which is nice. But I'm trying to get my own, like Ironheart jeans, some pretty cool ones. Not sponsored or anything. I just think they make some cool stuff. Just trying to get more of it, more selvage. And yeah, continue the story. And then we talked about there's two guys at our school. They have kind of a podcast, and a podcast is cool because like, yeah, just a cool thing. Not really anything to take specifically serious, but I still think it's a fun hobby to have. And then we got some, hey, we should get on like in a couple of months or something, like 2 months, something like about being beer experts, because they've talked about our school's football team and just stuff like that. Different people from our school, and also just randoms they know, which is cool. But then we heard from another guy that they've already had two other dudes from our school in as beer experts, and we were a little bit hurt because these guys, they only drink beer to get drunk and not to get like the taste of it is not special. There's not craft beers or anything like. And I know it's a bit snobby of us being like, oh, it should have been us, but it's not. It's going to be repetitive if even anybody listens to it. I don't know how many listeners they have. I don't really care. It's just a thought, really. And then we started talking about what if we make our own podcasts, like once a week, about an hour, just random talk about, of course, in Danish. So there's not going to be anything English. I'm sorry for my English viewers, but I don't. It was just very much an idea stage of something like, oh yeah, like just a thought. I don't think it's going to be happening, and if it's going to happen, it's not going to be anytime soon. But yeah, and we talked about it could be a cool idea, and then it was like, okay, could we do it in the podcasting room in our school? That's how the other guys are doing it. But the podcasting room in our school, you're not allowed to take any food or drinks in with you. And that will kind of defeat the purpose. But still, we also thought more about our podcast doesn't really need to be the best quality-wise in sound, but we kind of want it to be like a YouTube podcast because you had the video and the video accompanying the stuff. So it's more like a video, just an hour-long video of us drinking beer and talking, or at least how many long it is, because I think that will work better, especially they can see our faces and we can show the beers and show the color and all these things that make more sense to do as not as a podcast where you can't see anything, but as a podcast where you can like see us. And I personally like those more because I think there's more to seeing a person than just hear them talking. And I know what I'm doing right now is just talking and painting, but that's because like I wouldn't say my painting videos are B-roll, but this is kind of like a one-man podcast. I heard some person said it in the comments, and I was like, yeah, the person is kind of right, because you're listening to me talk about my random day or my job or paint or drawing or something. It's really random, and it's kind of like a podcast because like it's just my voice and my painting. Of course, you'll see me in the end of the video because like I talk about the painting, but still, it's not the what can you say? It's not the most YouTube video ever. Like I'm not trying to do anything of the meta, of the quick editing or anything like that. That's not really me. I don't think that's not for me to do. I think it's fine when people do it tastefully, but most people don't have any taste in that regard. Like people have really some idea that they just need people to watch no matter what they do, and as to watch as long as possible. I think that people aren't stupid. Like you guys aren't stupid. You're normal people, so you can decide for yourself. and you don't have the attention span of a goldfish. Like you can watch a video longer if you want to. Like one video isn't going to be entertaining to everybody. That's just like a fact. So if I can't guarantee everybody would be interested, even if I did like hyper fast editing and really extreme Roblox transition and other crazy stuff. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but like I could do all these things, but it wouldn't help. It would actually just push the people away I think I want as my viewers. Because I think my stuff is much more simple. There's no music. There's no bullshit. It's just me painting, drawing, talking. All the stuff that I like. And you don't have to love it or like it. Like, if you want to stay, just stay. If you don't, you don't have to. Of course, if you've stayed this far, you must like it just a little bit. I think, yeah, it's really coming along here. And this part went really quick. Like the last part here, I did in like 30 minutes. So, yeah, usually I do most of my art stuff very quickly when it goes great. And this time is no exception. I did my usual, just a lot of effort in chaos and creation and speed. Because for me, it's more about getting in some energy. Energy. That's the most important thing for my art. Just this chaos of energy and just entering the flow state. And my flow state isn't slow or anything else. It's fast. It's mean. It's quick. It's messy. And I love it. Like, it's the best way to paint. Really, sometimes I wish I had more. Like, I had room and place to spray paint. Also spray paint. I love using spray paint in my paintings. Just as a... not necessarily as something detailed, but like just in the background and the making of it, because the texture and the look. I also did a bunch of small circles, like kind of reminiscent of comic books, because like those are pretty cool. At least I think so. And the more I paint, really, the more I get better. I think it's not necessarily like a competition. I think my stuff is pretty good though. Yeah. I can't really remember how long this video is, like until where I get to the like real time explaining part. But as you can see, we're like really just digging into details and getting these small things. And this took a lot slower. Like always the last few parts take the longest, just because I don't want to ruin anything, because this quick and aggressive way of working that I do can very quickly create an image, but also very quickly ruin an image. And yeah. Okay. You made it all the way to the end of the video. Just had to put down my keys. And I made this. I made this painting. And you know what? I really like it. I tried some new things, I tried some old things, did some usual things, and it turned out great. Like, it was kind of sucking for a while, it was kind of really bad for a while, but then I just decided, you know what, why not just go crazy? Because I've done that before many times. That's usually my approach to painting, just in general, just go crazy, see what happens. Usually for me, that turns out to be a better piece than if I don't. And I did some pretty cool things, hope you can see it, but I did these small dots here. I did them with a marker, like a graffiti pen. So just press and just press it. Works great. For that, you can also draw with it, but I didn't really feel like drawing on it because I just wanted the dots, but I didn't want to do it with paint. So I think that's still like a really cool thing in the background. Did circles here, there, and there, all as usual. Gave it breasts. Yeah, the hands. Hands turned out pretty decent. Earring, hair, kind of horn. There was supposed to be a horn, but I changed my mind. Nose is red, eyes, simple eyes. Just, I felt these were the most like, these fit this drawing the best, because I think, it's not that I don't want to give them more realistic eyes or anything, but I also think that the simple, just small white dots in like a black circle is so effective in what I want. Like, it's just so good. It's so good for a reason. Really love the skin tone here I've made, because I started out with kind of pink, and then I put in some black, and then I put in some blue, and kind of mixed a lot of like my usual things that I really love. I did those. So like in terms of just everything, it's great painting. I don't know really what more I can say about it, and I really like it. Yeah, it's about the same size as one of my last things, 85 by 85 or 80 by 80. Can't exactly remember, something like that. Yeah, just a cool ass painting. Really love it, really love it. And yeah, I guess there's things I'll do again, things I probably won't, maybe not, but this also goes to show that, like, of course, a bigger painting gives me more room to do more crazy stuff. And I really wish that I could draw or paint on like 100 meters, 120 meters wide and 150 long or tall. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, it's the painting, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, because don't mind my hair. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I really appreciate every time you do. And the secret word is going to be blue, B-L-E-U, blue. I think that's how you spell it. I'm still dyslexic though. Yeah, blue. It's going to be the secret word, and thank you guys for watching and all that. I really appreciate it. And I hope you liked this video, actually, compared to the other stuff. Yeah. Bye-bye.